Hello, it is Sunday, November 13th, 2022. I'm Chris Remo, and welcome back to the New York Times Crossword Daily Solve. It's a Sunday puzzle today, which means a big grid, particularly large grid, and it's another day of relative time constraint for me, so I will need to solve this in not too disastrously long a time, and we'll see how that goes. I'll do my best, but I do have a time constraint. So on a Sunday, that's always a bit of an issue. But in any case, this time-constrained edition of the Daily Solve has been brought to us by Mitchell Turek, Jenny Montague, and, as always, the inestimable Hood Monster, the invaluable Timothy Mark, and the indomitable Schulmaster. So thank you so much to the 5 of them, benefactors of the Daily Solve Patreon campaign, for their generous support in bringing us this edition of the Daily Solve and supporting this channel generally. And if you'd like to do the same and get that Daily Solve Let's Check the Crosses mug, you can find that at patreon.com/dailysolve or in a link in the description field underneath the video. And if you'd like to become a patron at any level and get all of the bonus videos that have gone up on the channel to date, as well as the new ones that go up each week, you can find that at the same location. And thank you to everybody who has done that as well. And particularly thank you to one of those benefactors, Mitchell Turek, whose birthday it is today. I believe your husband Callum has told me so. Happy birthday to the industrious Mitchell Turek. Hope you're having an excellent birthday. And apparently you watched the series together, which is incredibly nice and not really something I would have imagined happening. But thank you if that is indeed true, if I'm remembering correctly from the message. And as I say, have a very happy birthday. And let's get on to the puzzle, shall we? So this is a Sunday New York Times crossword. It was constructed by Samuel A. Donaldson, and he's constructed a few dozen puzzles before, I believe, and it has all sorts of things going on in the grid. I mean, it looks like we've got, I guess they're shaded cells crossing one another. So, and it's called collision courses. Of course, that's extremely important because the Sunday puzzle is, of course, uniquely titled among the daily puzzles, and it was edited, as always, by Will Shorts. So that's all ready to go. Let's start solving. Boy, I feel a little bit slow at the moment. I've just woken up and I don't feel 100% functional. Okay. So, sell as bicycles, ? What does that mean? Sell as bicycles. Oh, pedal, maybe, as in peddle your wares, which is obviously, it's a homophone of pedal to pedal a bicycle, which would be spelled differently, but I bet that's the answer. Let's check the crosses. Tree of the custard apple family. The Blank Holmes Mysteries, young adult series. I've seen sort of the existence of this, the Enola Holmes Mysteries. I think one of those films just came out, maybe. Okay, gave out. Doled out, as in passed out or meted out. Claptrap. Drivel, maybe? It's total drivel. And it looks like drive. Okay, so collision courses. A collision could be an automotive collision. And no, it's not drive, sorry. It's rive. Okay, never mind. I don't know what that is meant to be. Okay, I thought I had stumbled on something thematic, but I don't think so. Barely squeeze by is to eke by. And an Arctic jacket is an anorak. Kind of a, hooded parka, I suppose. This looks like olive in the shaded cells, doesn't it? Or is it? Yeah, okay. Band whose final album, Synchronicity, was their most popular with the, it's not olive, okay, it's Olise, because this is the police. What is going on here? Olise, Rive, yeah, not seeing it. Anyway, is this Papa, P-A-P-A-W? That's a fruit. Is that what this is? Big name in pain relief could be Aleve. And one not getting in too deep is a waiter. So there we go. It is the Papa. Okay. And I might be mispronouncing that. Makes some deep cuts in as lacerates. Cuts deeply. And a game typically played in the dark is laser tag. Played in the dark. And Vast quantity is a sea. A sea of crossword clues need to be solved today. Common concert merch is a tee, a t-shirt. And for blank, all nature is too little. Seneca. I'm not sure. What about this? Loud as a crowd. A crowd could be a roar with approval or disapproval, I guess. Hairspray brand since the 1950s. Not sure offhand. More in need of practice. Rustier. Rustier. How I felt when I started this puzzle. I'm feeling very, very rusty and tired. Those things are not the same, but you know what I mean. Swear word 8. Oh, and swear word here as well. So we have this swear word I suspect is oath, as in to swear an oath, which can mean the promise or profanity, I suppose. And then this one is what? Swear word. I'm not sure. Disembark. To disembark is to get off of a ship or plane. To what? Go something, maybe? For greed, all nature is too little, maybe. That seems plausible. So this would be good then, or gone? No, good. Go is what I'm trying to say. Really can't think straight. Chinese zodiac animal, the rat is one of the Chinese animals of the zodiac, and unlawful occupant is a squatter, maybe. Although, in many places, if they stay there long enough, they become lawful. Okay. Coups in journalism. Scoops, right. You could have a journalistic scoop. Story that you've uncovered first. Square word, a cuss. Okay, so this is unambiguously the profanity version of an oath. And, I mean, aqua, I don't know, it looks like a plausible beginning to a hairspray brand, but I don't think I recognize it. Garnish for a Gibson cocktail. Well, an olive is a common cocktail garnish, and I do think a Gibson is related to a martini, so that makes sense. Jurors to a defendant. You're tried by a jury of your peers, so jurors would be peers. In other words, fellow citizens, I suppose. Hairspray brand since the 1950s. Yeah, I still don't see it. Word with food, clothes, or entertainment. What is this? Disembark, go ashore. Oh, I guess this isn't olive. It's an onion. Okay, that's fair enough. I would say less common these days, but definitely another classic cocktail garnish, a cocktail onion. So, aquanet, maybe. That sort of sounds familiar. Word with food, clothes, or entertainment. Why can't I see that? Anyway, this is certainly go ashore, so to disembark from a ship. And tiny amount of time could be a nanosecond, abbreviated, as we're told. Oh, street food, street clothes, or street entertainment. Okay, there we go. And so this is aquanet. To become established is to something. Tesla, but not Edison, is a car, I guess. There's no make of car called Edison. Obviously, both inventors, rival inventors. Like diamonds. Red, the suit of cards. And Keenan's comedy partner, Keenan and Kel, from 1990s Nickelodeon television, when they had I think was it a sketch comedy show together? Okay, become established is to take root, maybe, or take hold, actually. It could be either of those, plausibly, I think. So let's keep looking around. Politico Cheney. Liz Cheney is a politician, U.S. politician. And most off the wall looks like zaniest to me. Cry of perfection from a carpenter. Something did it? I don't know what's going on with... Oh, wait, squash. Rice. Olive. Collision courses. Food. Right, sorry, it just occurred to me. I've finished these areas and I didn't solve this. So, collision courses. So we have the word rice, which we follow through this little L bend. And so it's collided with olive. There we go. So we have rice and olive there. And here we have squash and oat, which have collided and sort of veered off at a 90-degree angle from one another. So, or actually, no, I suppose not from a 90-degree angle relative to each was previously, but actually still in the same direction relative to one another, the opposite direction, I should say. Anyway, there we go. So we have courses, food colliding with one another in these cross shapes. Okay, well, I'm glad I at least figured out what that was. So let's keep going. What might prompt a run for Congress? This is punny, hence the question mark, but I'm not sure what it's getting at. Big name and pain relief. Oh, didn't we have one of those already? We did. Oh, that's funny. This must be sort of a little nod to the theme, is these reduplicative clues here, which sort of evoke, I suppose, these pairs of foods in a way. It's kind of nice. Big name and pain relief. So what could it be? Could be Tylenol? No, that's too long. Aleve, Bayer. I'm trying to think of U.S. pain relief medication. I don't know. Let's keep looking. 24 horas from now. Mañana, tomorrow in Spanish. 24 hours from now. Okay. Maybe this will be mango. City northwest of Bar Harbor. I'm not sure. Oh, no, this is banana, obvious. Sorry, this one's banana, and this one's mango. So there we go. And we've made city northwest of Bar Harbor, Bango or Bongo. Okay. I don't think I'm familiar with that. I'll have to look up that city. But fortunately, I'm glad I solved the theme. I'm glad I took the time to solve the theme because that allowed me to get those all in one go. What might prompt a run for Congress, right? Okay, I wasn't sure about that. Quick escapes. Lambs, you're on the lam, making a quick escape. And what might prompt a run for Congress? Oh, libido. So it's sexual Congress in this case, and so libido might prompt a run for it, an attempt at it, I suppose. And again, the question mark indicates a bit of punnery going on. Okay, so cry of perfection from a carpenter is I nailed it. There we go. That would be the carpenter's self-satisfied cry. Retort to no, you're not able. I can too. Yes, you're not able. I can too. Has for supper is dines on, I would say. It dines on a banana and mango collision course. Big name and pain relief. Oh, Anison. Okay, right. I think I've heard of that one. And seeing someone socially is on a date, maybe. Maybe a run for Congress. And used in unspoken language is sign language. Hella is latza. This is sort of Northern California slang, I want to say, of the sort of 90s and early 2000s. Well, hella is, latza is obviously more general than that. Become established is to take root, as I suspected. Oh, sorry, the city, sorry. The city northwest of Bar Harbor was Bangor. Right, but the word going down doesn't need to be anything. Okay, I was completely forgot about that because it just so happens that mañana fills the regular theme answer, the regular clue answer, and also the shaded cells. So, okay, that was just a waste of everything. Pronoun for French women would be elle, the plural. So L without they're pronounced in the same way, but L without the S would be singular, and with the S would be plural, and French women here. So this means them, essentially. This just means them, but it's the feminine form of them in French. Or they, I guess, more accurately. Okay, smart aleck, a sort of wiseacre. And a bad look is a glare. Look at someone in a bad manner. Land of leprechauns is Ira. So, no. Could be Aaron as well for Ireland. That looks more plausible with these crosses. So old yellers are criers, as in town criers. And I think the old there means it's a job, it's a role that no longer exists except in sort of ceremonial context. You see here in the UK, you still get sort of certain ceremonial functions where town criers are employed every once in a while. Anyway, to rise as a steed might is to rear up. And to seek as punitive payment is to sue for damages, say. To sue for damages, to seek damages as punitive payment. Seat of Utah County is, there is a city in Utah called, it's where Brigham Young University is. Provo, that's it. Okay, so I bet that's the answer. Just starting with P. I recognized it starting with PR, which is why I was fairly confident. Thing moving through a tube, maybe. Could be an ovum moving through the fallopian tube, so an egg, sort of in the reproductive system. And then alphabet soup, maybe? And contacts via Instagram informally are DMs, direct messages. What is this? Lab-engineered fare facetiously, or a hint to the 6 crossings of shaded squares. There we go. So Frankenfood, people say. Obviously a portmanteau of Frankenstein and food. So that is our lab-engineered fare and a hint to our crosses. So here are our Frankenfoods. Oh, I see. So I guess the idea is that we've made these sort of these awkward portmanteaus. So Ollis and Rive and Squat and Osh and Bango and Manana, I guess you'd say in this case, rather than Manana. So there we go. I think that's what's going on with our Frankenfood theme. Totally terrific is fab, fabulous, terrific. And to go back for more is to re-up. Knives Out actress Ana de Armas was lead character, I suppose, in the film Knives Out, and has had, seems like a pretty strong career since. Prefix with biology is aerobiology? What is that? Does that have to do with sort of aerobic in the sense of sort of oxygen related, maybe? Happy to. No prob? Let's see. Oh, I bet this will be bumper crops. Bountiful harvest for farmers, or another hint to the crossings of shaded squares. There we go. They are bumper crops. I see. So this is great, actually. We have 2 revealers, and they give us different ways to interpret the theme. So this one, this Frankenfood, I think we do interpret it as Ollis, Rive, Squat, Osh, and so on. Whereas bumper crops, I think we imagine that these crops, because these are all crops. There's things that are cultivated as opposed to, say, animal foods, which aren't harvested but rather slaughtered, and so they're bumping into one another and taking that little L turn. So different ways to read these. Very nice. Nice that we have double revealers, and again, sort of fits the fact that we've got these doubled clues: big name and pain relief, and big name and pain relief. Lots of doubling going on in this crossword. Very nice. Spot for a tattoo is a what? Not sure. Oh, tattoo parlor, maybe. Spot to have a tattoo done. And then singer-songwriter blank my, I'm not sure. Ella my, maybe Elsa. They start in the corners. Not sure. Bygone magazine for rock music enthusiasts. Oh, Cream magazine. It was a rock magazine, it was big in the 70s. And achieved a flight training milestone. Oh, soloed, I bet. Flew solo. That would be a flight training milestone, I'm sure. This does look like Ella. Could be Elle, I suppose. Probably Ella. Worker who makes a ton of dough would be a baker. Oh, right, because Cream magazine is spelled C-R-E-E-M. It's not spelled in the manner of the food. So inappropriately enough for this puzzle. Okay, they start in the corners. Oh, rooks on a chessboard. There we go. And a worker who makes a ton of dough is indeed a baker. Vehicle that might have parachute brakes is a drag racer. Yeah, oh, maybe not. I do think drag racers can deploy parachute brakes, though. Parachutes to help slow the car very quickly, because they reach such speeds. Precisely. Oh, that's funny. Why can't I? What is this? Drag. Is it called something that I can't? I'm sure it's a drag racer. Is it a dragster? Is that dragster? That sort of sounds right. Mops, I'm just going to check some crosses. Mops partner in a brand name. I don't know that I can think of what that is. Fast-sounding freshwater fish. I don't know. Fast-sounding darter or something. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to leave dragster in there for now, but remember that it might be might be suspect. Honors in the ad biz. Oh, Clio's advertisements, I think. Or sorry, prizes for advertising campaigns. And mops. Oh, Mop and Glow? Is that something? It doesn't sound familiar, but it just seems sort of plausible somehow. Because when you imagine mop, you imagine cleaning, and then glow, so, something glows. And also commercially, GLO is sort of the kind of way you could imagine a brand spelling the word glow, GLOW, but I'm not sure. Oh, precisely smack dab in the middle of a Target, for instance, precisely in the middle. Brand name checked in Paul Simon's Kodachrome. Nikon camera, because that he sings about photography. I mean, I suppose as a metaphor. Okay, so this would be glow if so. And terse affirmation is I do, maybe. It's terse because it's such an abbreviated, curt response, although obviously also has a sort of ceremonial version in a wedding ceremony. It's hot right now is maybe this is I am, right? So it's hot right now is a fad. There we go. Okay, so it wasn't I do, as in the marriage affirmation, but I am, also similarly terse, so fair enough. Hiking group, is this, no? Huh, well, this is surprising. Hiking group, is it something about hiking interest rates, and it's something around the Federal Reserve or something? Or another national bank? No. Okay, not sure what's going on there, but these feel really correct to me. Let's keep looking. Prefix with biology. Let's come up here. Animal with a prominent proboscis. Oh, tapir. They have they have those long sort of noses in the way that what snouts, whatever you'd call them, in the way that anteaters do, but proboscis that they use to sense and eat, I suppose. Totenberg of NPR. There's journalist Nina Totenberg, National Public Radio. Return payments. Not sure. Ensnared is, oh boy, not seeing anything. Illegal as a download, a pirated download. There we go, as in a music or film download. And Come Home is, I'm sure I'm pronouncing that horribly, but I want to say Iran. Does that? I mean, the thing is, it could be Iraq if I'm misremembering, but I think it's Iran. Return payments. I don't know why I can't see this one. It seems like it should be gettable. It is a pun. I should keep that in mind. So there is something punny going on. Let's just keep going for now. Grub eats. Does that help? Okay, well, it certainly confirms this to be Iran. I'm pretty sure about that. So, ransoms. Payments that must be made for someone to be a kidnapped person to be returned. There we go. Prefix with biology. Oh, and here, look, we have another prefix with biology. I don't remember where the other one was. Aerobiology somewhere. But another double there. Here it is. Astrobiology, I suppose. That's interesting. Astrobiology. So biology of things from outside of the Earth. That's interesting. I wonder how many things are there that fit that category that we have? I mean, anyway, that we know, that we are aware of. Ensnared in a trap. And NFL team, hiking group, because they hike the ball, right? Okay. Okay, there we go. Where you went is your alma mater. The school you attended is your alma mater. And measures up to is, not sure. Pinkerton, who founded the Pinkerton Detective Agency. Oh, okay. I'm not sure of the given name of Mr. Pinkerton. I'm sure I did know that at one point, but I can't remember. Brill Petite. Oh, I don't know. Children's Song Abroad. Oh, right. So this is French. I don't think I know this song. Children's song. That's interesting. Experience sharer. Oh, running out of things to help us out in this corner, because the thing is, now that we've solved smack dab and alma mater, we have no more crossing help coming from outside this little area in here. Eye-grabbing subject line could be urgent on an email. Okay, well that U is certainly draws my attention. Source of big green eggs, an emu, and I will try and pronounce that properly for the Australians out there. A bird, the bird, emu. Experience sharer. A meeting? I mean, that's obviously not right. Doesn't fit anyway. Okay, what else can we solve? Fit in. Oh, to fit in is to belong. Right, so there we have a melon in that bit of the clue. And what is this one? Probably not beer, which is sort of, well, it's a drink. It's a food. It is a drink in that sense. But it's not a crop. So that bumper crops has slightly constrained the sort of possibility space of foods at our disposal. A bean, maybe? Measures up to, oh, if something measures up to, it means that? Is that right? I mean, I feel like you could kind of say that. I'm not crazy about it. Might be wrong. A-listers, no. Yeah, it isn't means. It's meets, measures up to expectations, meets expectations, because the A-listers are the elite. And a claw is a talon on a bird. Hagar the Horrible's Hound. This was maybe still is, a newspaper comic. I don't remember this offhand. Pinkerton, who founded the Pinkerton Detective Agency. Looks like Alan, probably. Alan Pinkerton, I guess. Oh, right. Bri bri petite étoile. So, twinkle twinkle little star is what this is. Right, okay. I'll have to look that up and see if, I guess that must be the actual French, version of that song. Because it would be strange to be just making that up, so I'll have to look it up. I see no reason it wouldn't be that. Okay, very nice. Experience sharer is a mentor sharing their experience with a mentee. And Hagar the Horrible's Hound is Snert. Okay, there we go. All right, what do we have? I'm trying to select this one. Pipes up is what? I don't know. Is delighted by the invitation. Loves to, maybe? He is delighted by the invitation. He loves to. It doesn't feel like a perfect match to me, but maybe that's just because I'm not imagining the proper sentence to use. Unpopular food that's rich in minerals. Unpopular food. Unpopular food that's rich in minerals. That's interesting. What food is unpopular? I don't know how to interpret that. It's just odd to think of sort of an entire food as being unpopular. You can think of, you could say pizza is a popular food, and that sort of makes sense, but I just find that an odd phrasing. Anyway, 105 down, e.g. Okay. Spanish direction, dirección, or dirección, depending on the variety of Spanish. It'll be probably east in this case, like is it este? I just don't know enough about Spanish. Thinks up. Ideates? Okay, I want to confirm that. I want to confirm this answer here. Ideates as in thinks up, has an idea. Fast sounding freshwater fish. Okay, well, it ends in ER, so that, even though I don't know the name of the fish, that sort of does confirm it there. And then pipes up is, I am just not seeing this. It's so funny. It seems like it should be pretty straightforward, and yet. Okay. Well, the unpopular food could be a meat, actually, with this EA here, because this clue is simply 105 down, so it's an example of the unpopular food. So what would be an unpopular meat? Liver, maybe. Oh, that's funny. I suppose I see what it means when it says, I love liver, personally. I just think it's really, really good. But yeah, I guess it is. It is sort of stereotypically unpopular, especially with children. And I guess it's unpopular in I guess, certainly in the US, I suppose. It's not widely eaten. But I guess the reason I objected to the unpopular foods thing is that it's hard to imagine any food that is sort of generally available that doesn't come from some kind of regular use in a particular culinary tradition, which then makes it weird to call unpopular. That's all I was getting at. It's sort of, if it was genuinely unpopular, it probably just wouldn't have stayed a part of gastronomy, if you see what I mean. Because it's not as though anyone's forced to eat it. But anyway, the Mary Tyler Moore Show spin-off. Oh, is it Rhoda? I don't know that I've ever seen an episode of Rhoda, but I think that's a spin-off show of the Mary Tyler Moore Show. And what about this? Oh, what? Didn't I say darter before? That was my sort of random guess. Is that actually the is that the freshwater fish? Oh, that's so funny. Maybe it is. What time is it? Okay, I've got to hurry up. So-called father of geometry would be Euclid. Oh, chimes in. Oh, right. It's because I spelled well, that's not necessarily the reason I didn't immediately think of this, but it didn't help. Chimes in was pipes up, and honors in the ad biz is Cleos with an I. I think I've made that mistake before. I need to keep that in mind. This is one of what, the Greek muses or something? Okay, so bit of hairstyling is a curl, I suppose. And school for which John Wayne played tackle. Oh, interesting, but I don't know. Could be in C, University of North Carolina, maybe? I mean, it'll start with a U and end with a C, probably. So, or South Carolina, actually. It could be, yeah, USC, UNC. Those are equally plausible. Target of an annual shot. Flu shot is the flu would be the target. In other words, the thing aiming to be ameliorated or prevented. Longtime progressive spokeswoman. And Peter Pan alternative. Well, Peter Pan is in the US at least, it's a brand of peanut butter, and there's another peanut butter brand called Jif. So I bet that is what this is referring to. And then this looks like flu again. Oh no, it's a name, Flo. Oh, right. Is this from TV ads? And like a very, so progressive insurance company, right? Okay. And then like a very heavy sleeper, a snore or something like that. I'm not sure. This is interesting, ending with a J. 1993 R&B hit with the lyric, "Keep playing that song all night." Is there any way, did LL Cool J have a song titled, a sort of self-titled song, LL Cool J? I don't, honestly, I genuinely don't remember. I'm just thinking it's a sort of artist who was active at that. I don't think that's right. He was a rapper anyway. Okay, sorry. I just had just that ending with a J. I wasn't thinking of any ideas. So, okay. Calf site could be your leg, maybe, or it could be a calf, as in, a cow, the offspring of a cow. In which case, it could maybe be Lee, actually, as in a field. Interesting. It's funny that it could be two things that share these two letters. Let's just see if either of these are correct. So Queen commemorated on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, Queen Latifah, surely. And objects from faraway lands are exotica, maybe? Okay, interesting. So that doesn't tell me what the site of the calf is, but it does tell me I was probably right with one of my two suspicions. It might be stuck on the chopping block. An axe head could be stuck in there after being used to split a log or something. Color wheel options are tones in the color sense. Trifling, and a color wheel being the sort of color that shows all the different hues blending into one another. Or it could be a color wheel actually that uses the sort of slice of pie colors as well. Actually, it doesn't need to be the blended sort. Trifling informally. Itsy, maybe itsy bits, as in the itsy bitsy spider. Trifling tiny. Blank at 11. Local news promo. Film at 11. They surely don't say that anymore. But maybe I don't know, maybe they do, I don't know. Lenovo competitor would be Acer, a computer manufacturer. What gorillas have that giraffes lack? I don't know. What do they have that? Oh, this looks like Hey Mr. DJ. Oh, that fits the lyric. Keep playing that song all night. Okay, there we go. Hey Mr. DJ. Okay, great. That was the 1993 R&B hit. All right. So what is this? What gorillas have that giraffes lack? Oh, hands, right. Okay, very good. And not so harsh. Oh, no, is it not hands? Because not so harsh makes it look like it'll end with an R. Right, a hard G. Because gorillas has a hard G and giraffes does not. Wow, look at that. That was some clever misdirection there. Not so harsh is what? I must have something wrong. Maybe itsy is itty, as in itty bitty, as opposed to itsy bitsy. Oh, gentler. Not so harsh is gentler, and a calf sight is the leg. Okay, there we go. Let's keep going. Let's get this done. Like a very heavy sleeper or something, it's rarely pure and never simple. Per Oscar Wilde. Oh, I think I honestly may have even encountered this quote in the crossword before, but I can't remember. Tight with somebody is close to, but that doesn't work with the with, is, not sure. Unpredictable change, Mesopotamian metropolis. It's not Nineveh, is it? That doesn't fit. Because that would be, no, you'd need an H. Got in order, arranged or tidied. Tidied actually would fit. Without any crosses, that feels extremely difficult to be certain of, but I will check the crosses. Well, a twosome could be a dyad. So I could just be piling incorrect guess upon incorrect guess, but let's just keep looking. Tight with. Well, yeah, I mean, ending with an ED is very plausible there. Mesopotamian metropolis, I'm not sure about that one. Oh, it's annoying that I can't think. Some skincare ingredients informally. I would have expected this to end with an S, so maybe this isn't tidied. But it probably does end in ED, so I can probably leave those at least. Right, so I see. So dyad wasn't actually dependent on tidied. Okay. Wedding proposal is wedding proposal. It's interesting that it doesn't say marriage proposal. I feel as though that's important to the pun. Question mark indicates some kind of pun, and it's wedding, not marriage. So that's interesting. But I'm not sure in what way. More cocksure is more arrogant. Again, something ear, maybe. I don't know. Maybe it isn't. What about this? Right, I don't know what these are. Oh, I didn't see this. Relative of a water spout. How am I going to solve this thing? More cocksure, like a very heavy sleeper. I can't believe I've just run out of steam entirely here. Oh, no. No, that does work. Comatose. Comatose works. Like a very heavy sleeper. You're sort of completely unconscious. You're just out of it entirely. You're comatose. And then the school for which John Wayne played tackle. Oh, USC. Right. Maybe it's the University of Southern California, because that's a big football school. So maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Could be South Carolina. I'm not sure. Okay. So what does that do? Beast. Oh, why didn't I look at this? This would have given me several letters. Beast with a mouth best left unexamined is a gift horse. Okay, so yeah, I should have solved this, especially because this was something coming from the outside that's giving me crosses inside this little enclosed area. So, okay. Well, good. That should help. Tight with, I guess dyad could be wrong. I don't know. Unpredictable change, Mesopotamian metropolis, got in order. Okay, I'm pretty sure that one still ends with a D. Some skincare ingredients inform. Okay, well, this probably does end with an S. Some skincare ingredients. It's not aloes. So what is it? I can't believe this is just. I really need to finish this crossword. Relative of a water spout is a pour something. More cocksure. Got in order. Sorted? Sorted. I've gotten it in order. I've sorted it. Okay. Wedding proposal. More cocksure. Oh, right. So this. Yeah, right. This does end in. Why did I not think that ended in AR? I don't remember why I deleted that. Maybe for no reason at all. More cocksure. Smugger, maybe? More smug? Smugger is sort of a weird word, so I'm not crazy about it, but it might be the answer. Unpredictable change. Just every one of these is really eluding me. Tight with. It's rarely pure and never simple. Oh, the truth, pure and simple. The truth is rarely pure and never simple. I've definitely encountered that in a crossword before. It's annoying to me that I couldn't have thought of it more quickly, but what can you do? Okay, wedding proposal is, I don't know, maybe like a merger or something. If you're thinking of saying we're going to wed two, I'm just trying to think of what it could be outside of the context of a wedding ceremony. But I don't know. Tight with, so good with, in good. You're in good with somebody. You're tight with them. That works. Oh, a toast, a toast, a toast. I see. That's being proposed at a wedding. There we go. There we go. Unpredictable change is something. Oh, Mesopotamian metropolis, Edessa. That could be dyad for twosome again. Unpredictable change. Does that work? What was this again? Relative of a water spout. Is it a tornado? I don't think I understand what that means. A water spout must also be a name for some sort of meteorological phenomenon, but I don't think I get that. So Edessa, I do think Edessa is correct. Mesopotamian metropolis. Okay. And, oh, a vagary, unpredictable change. Right. Okay. Wow. I'm not remotely surprised I didn't get that earlier. But if you're saying, oh, the vagaries of this system mean that we can't be certain how things will be in a year or something like that. So the unpredictable change is the vagaries. This looks like actives? What does that mean? Oh, as in active ingredients? Oh, why is that skincare specifically? I mean, isn't that true of any medication will have active and inactive ingredients? Maybe that's just how, maybe in skincare, that's sort of a slang, sort of a shortened way that they're referred to. I don't really get that. Email symbols informally are ats, the ampersand, not the ampersand, what do you call it? This is ridiculous. I can't remember what it's called in French, the arrobase, but I can't remember what it's called in English. That's infuriating. Anyway, the at sign is what this is. And there we go. All right, boy, I feel as though I spent about a third of this puzzle on this little area. That was unbelievable. So it really gave me quite a bit of resistance down there. The rest of it, not so bad, but I just could not make progress. Anyway, let's quickly review the theme, and then I have to take off. So we have our olive and rice colliding in Ollis and Rive, our oat and squash colliding in Ocean Squat, our mango and banana colliding in Manana Bango. That's a fun one. Our corn and tomato, I hadn't looked at these ones yet actually, but corn and tomato combining in our torn and tomato, our chive and lime combining in chime and live or live, and finally our melon and beets combining in bellin and meats. And those are our bumper crop frankenfoods. I think this was a really clever theme, and I think a really nice crossword beyond that. With all of the doubling going on, there was just something that felt very concerted and cohesive about this puzzle, which I think is all the more impressive in a huge, massive Sunday grid like this, where there's so much to fill. So well done, Samuel A. Donaldson, for that. And that's that for today's puzzle. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed that big Sunday grid. I'll be back tomorrow, of course, with the much quicker, much smoother Monday crossword. I hope you join me then. But until that point, please do have an excellent remainder of your Sunday. Take care.